If you want to be respected as a man, if you want to lead a family, earn freedom, and build a legacy, then wealth isn't optional. It's your responsibility. Wealth isn't about greed. It's about power. The power to protect, provide, and never be controlled. This is why every man must build wealth, and this video will show you how. Freedom isn't just political, it's personal. A man without money is a man who can't say no. He's tied to bad jobs, bad bosses, bad relationships. He compromises his values for a paycheck. Financial freedom means the ability to walk away from toxic people, broken systems, and forced submission. It gives you leverage, and leverage gives you power. Provision is not just paying bills. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to The Gentleman Mindset. For more videos about masculinity, fitness, wisdom, faith, wealth, and lifestyle. Now back to the video. Provision is building stability, security, direction, vision. It's not enough to put food on the table. Your job is to build the table, protect it, and make sure your family thrives at it. A man doesn't just survive, he creates an environment where his people can grow. And that takes financial resources. Raising children isn't just emotional labor, it's financial warfare. Education, healthcare, emergencies, opportunity. All of it costs money. A man who builds wealth isn't just protecting his family, he's equipping them. He's giving his kids options, confidence, and the head start he never had. That's generational wealth, and it starts with one man's discipline. Too many men grow up watching their fathers scrape by. Always stressed, always tired, always reactive. You don't have to repeat that pattern. When you build wealth intentionally, you're not just surviving paycheck to paycheck, you're thriving, you're investing, you're building. You take your family on vacations. You say yes to dreams. You give your children the space to think bigger because you did. Thriving doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you reject mediocrity. Money doesn't make you attractive, but it represents things that do. Discipline, drive, competence, vision. Women are wired to look for providers, not because they're gold diggers, but because they want stability, safety, a future. If you can't provide, you're replaceable. If you can, you're irreplaceable. A man who has control over his finances shows he can control his life, and that's magnetic. Most men don't fail because they don't earn. They fail because they consume. New cars, watches, trips, flexes. They trade long-term freedom for short-term dopamine. You must flip the script. Earn like a savage. Spend like a monk. Invest like a king. Discipline with money is rare. That's why it wins. Real estate is one of the oldest wealth-building tools in history. It gives you passive income, asset appreciation, tax advantages, leverage. Start small, your first rental, duplex, or house hack. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Learn the market, learn the game, take action. Owning property means owning power, because land is something they're not making more of. The stock market isn't about gambling. It's about buying pieces of real companies that generate real value. When done right, it compounds. And compound interest is the closest thing we have to magic. Invest in ETFs, build a Roth IRA, learn dollar cost averaging. Don't chase hype, chase discipline. It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. Your income is a reflection of your value to the market. You want to earn more? Solve bigger problems. Learn sales, learn marketing, learn leadership, learn to write, speak, and think clearly. The more you develop rare and useful skills, the more your income potential multiplies. Money flows to competence, not entitlement. Wealth comes from ownership, not hourly wages. If you want to break out of the rat race, you need to build or buy something that pays you even when you sleep. Start with a service business. Sell digital products. Partner with others and own a piece of something. A man with equity has leverage. A man with leverage has freedom. That's the wealth formula. Wealth doesn't just add up, it multiplies. but only for the man who starts early and stays consistent. Every dollar you invest becomes a worker, and those workers create more workers. Over 10, 20, 30 years, this becomes unstoppable. But you must delay gratification. The earlier you master compounding, the sooner you escape the system built to trap you. You don't get rich by accident. You get rich by thinking differently. Most people trade time for money. Wealthy men trade money for freedom. You see opportunity where others see risk. You study where others scroll. You act while others complain. Before wealth appears in your account, it appears in your habits. You can't hit a target you haven't defined. What does financial freedom mean to you? No debt? Owning land? Early retirement? Sending your kids to any school? Write it down. Reverse engineer it. Build systems that move you toward it daily. Clarity beats hustle. Vision beats luck. There's no such thing as easy money. Every passive income stream starts with work. You build systems, automate, delegate. But first you grind. Most passive money is just delayed effort. Don't fall for hype. Fall in love with discipline. Because the man who plays the long game always wins. At the end of the day, wealth isn't about numbers. It's about options. It lets you walk away from what doesn't serve you. It lets you say yes to what matters. It lets you leave a mark. You don't want to just be rich. You want to be rooted in strength, in purpose, in vision. Because wealth isn't about showing off. It's about showing up. For your wife, your kids, your mission. Most men stay broke not because they're lazy, but because they never change how they think. They blame the economy. They blame their job. They blame their past. But wealth requires responsibility. It demands that you own your future, even if your past was broken. No one is coming to save you. But the good news? You don't need saving. You need a plan and the guts to follow it. Most men won't do this. That's why most men stay broke. But not you. You're different. You're building. You're not building wealth just for yourself. You're building it for the people who depend on you, for the sons who will follow your example, for the daughters who will marry a man like you, for the wife who trusts you to lead. Money is not the goal. It's the tool. Use it to buy back your time, to buy your freedom, to build something that lasts. Weak men make excuses. Strong men make investments. So ask yourself, are you living to survive or building to thrive? Subscribe to The Gentleman Mindset for more content on wealth, masculinity, and becoming a man of legacy.